Welcome loves to my YouTube channel. My name is VassaOlga. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my second anniversary of Pilates workouts. And I added something else that you're going to be witnessing through this video. But let me just real quick tell you guys my story, how it started. A year ago, I filmed a video, my first anniversary of Pilates workouts. And I was pretty much happy that I stayed for the whole year and I was still pretty much consistent with my workouts. This year, I wanted to share some additional, I guess, things that I added to my workout and share with you guys my experience so far. What I can tell and why I actually started doing Pilates workouts. By the way, it doesn't have to be Pilates. You can go with yoga or maybe fitness and go to gym, whatever you feel comfortable, or maybe go to a swimming pool. It's going to work out for you guys. I heard a lot of positive reviews about Pilates, so I just wanted to give it a try and I fell in love with the technique. I would say on the 20th of April in 2023, when I started my first ever class, I poorly chose the workout tutorial from YouTube channel, Penally if I'm mistaken, or some other YouTuber. I'm not saying that the workout was bad. I'm saying that it wasn't just for me because there was lacking a lot of explanation. It was just in silence and I had to figure this out myself. Turned out my posture wasn't really good. I was sometimes feeling pain in my knees right after the workout and as well as my back was in pain. And turned out that you have to do it in the right way to avoid this pain in the future. And of course, I started as a beginner, and at first I thought, well, I can easily do this, and there's nothing hard in this workouts. But no, 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 no. If you've never done any workouts in your entire life, or you had a huge gap, that is the main reason why you should probably start with the beginner exercises, or maybe intermediate, depending on your physical preparation. For me, it was a beginner start. And first I felt exhausted and tired right after my workouts, and I was doing them before I went to bed because I felt tired and I went to bed, straight to bed. Later, it gave me a lot of energy, and now I do my workouts in the morning. That is the main reason why I think it is so much better for you to find the right timing and to know when you can do this workouts. I know that some people do only 10-minute workout a day, and then they would repeat it 3 times a week. Honestly, at first it might be a great option, or just to start moving your body, that's a great option. But if you're looking for some abs or looking for some toned muscles, then you would probably need to switch maybe 20, at least 30-minute Pilates workouts and minimum like 3 or 4 times a week. And at first I was doing 3 times workout, then I had a day off and then 3 more days. Then I switched to 4 days, 1 day off, and 4 days. 5, and later now I'm doing 6 days workout. I have Sunday as a day off, and then again I have 6 days. I'm not saying that you should do the same thing. If you have time, it's gonna worth it. I was always against any workouts. I hated workouts because I felt sweaty, it was super hot, and I hated the feeling. But right now, looking at myself in the mirror, I can see my abs, I can see the results, and it's so cool. And at the same time, I feel drastic, I guess, changes in my body because whenever I was having any issues with my hormones, and sometimes I eat pretty healthy. Of course, it can be pasta. Of course, I eat potatoes. I am not saying that I eat clean, I guess, products only to avoid carbs and additional, oils. No, it's more like I try to incorporate a lot of products in my sort of diet. And this way, I want to make sure that my body gets all the nutritions, all the fats I need. Like I try to include a lot of diverse products in my, I guess, food experience and food routine. What I've noticed, what I've shifted, first and foremost, when I do 6 times Pilates a week, I understand that everything I had, all the calories that I had, some extra maybe bun or extra clair or extra carbs, I actually lose it while I do my workout and I don't really gain additional weight. So I kind of stopped at it, like if you're talking about like European size, it's 42. Small, yeah, small. But if we're talking about some other additional benefits of my workouts, I've noticed that my hormones are in place and in check. And I remember in 2023, I had some problem with my period, and it was most of the time late or sometimes a little bit early. And I didn't know my cycle because it always was all over the place, as well as some problems with sweat. I was sweating a lot. Once, I guess, in the blue moon, a couple of times I had this issue, and the smell of my sweat was really weird. Of course, I understand that sweat doesn't smell like flowers, but it was super uncomfortable to feel sweaty, and the smell was extremely bad. I remember going to my doctor, telling him about this whole experience, and she was like, "Ugh, what do you expect me to say? I don't really know. It just happened like 2 weeks ago. How am I supposed to know what happened to you 2 weeks ago?" And I'm like, okay, thank you, doc. And then I started doing my workouts, and the benefits of my workouts is that now I can definitely tell when my period is going to come. So by the day, because I know with this movement, the blood is circling in my body, and that is giving me a lot. These movements, they're giving the oxygen to my blood, and this way I know that it's more stable and the sweat is coming out. I drink more water, and this way I know that it's just constantly giving me this energy, and it's circling around my blood. And this way, I don't know, maybe this way I kind of make sure that I have great period timing, and it's always super sharp. At first, when I was looking for a workout, I found Pamela and some other influencer, and I was doing their workouts for, I guess, a month, and it was for beginners. I remember it was exhausting and really hard, even for beginners, because they were not explaining anything in detail. Sometimes they were just showing some motions, which I have no idea what were they meaning. And that was the main reason why I was a little bit devastated, because sometimes I ended up with a back pain or my knee pain. I didn't know what had to be done in order to prevent this pain, and especially there was no explanation how to do these type of exercises. And I remember in a month, I would say, I found Move with Nicole Pilates workout. It's definitely not sponsored, you can tell. And it's just my personal experience that I really love her workouts. First of all, they're diverse, and she has a lot of different workouts for beginners, for intermediate workouts, and advanced Pilates as well. You can do power Pilates, it means with weights or with a band, or you can just avoid it and do a normal regular Pilates workout. She has some workouts for 20 minutes and 10 minutes, 15 minutes and 30 and 40. And yoga, she shares a lot of different videos, which I really like. And all of this time while I was doing this Pilates workout, she was explaining everything in detail, what you should and what you shouldn't do, and how you should pose yourself, and you should, look up or straight so you don't really damage your neck. And that is really important. So whenever you choose any workout, I'm not saying that you should pick Move with Nicole, you should think of how the person is going to explain how you should do this the right way. And this way you're not going to hurt yourself. If we're talking about my food preferences, I haven't changed my food preferences. I still eat a lot. I mean, like not a lot, but I eat a lot of things that are not probably like prescribed if you have beautiful body of a fitness trainer. But I feel fine. I feel like I have everything in place. Everything looks great, more or less. My reasonings why I wanted to start Pilates workouts or any workouts, because I want to have a healthy pregnancy one day. I want to have toned body when I give birth, so my body is still gonna keep myself more or less in shape. And I'm not planning, if I have an ability and if I have this chance, I will still carry on with my Pilates workouts, but I will probably switch to a pregnant Pilates workout while I'm pregnant. And then later, I will probably just add something else when I can add something after my pregnancy. I'm not pregnant, by the way. It's something that I was thinking of. A lot of people were asking, like, why did you actually start doing Pilates workout? This was a motivation behind the thought of doing Pilates, because I just want to keep my body, preserve my body in more or less nice shape when I give birth, and have a healthy pregnancy if it's possible. So this was the thought behind my Pilates training. And I knew that it's going to be weird and crazy if I start doing my Pilates workouts while I'm pregnant. So I have to get myself in shape prior. And it's been 2 years since I've been doing my Pilates workout. I'm pretty much happy with my results. And I don't actually try to make myself suffer. I do a 40-minute Pilates workout most of the time on Mondays. Then from Tuesday to Friday, most of the time I would do a workout 30 minutes. And on Saturdays, I do a 20-minute Pilates workout. And this March, my husband, I asked him to purchase me a treadmill, which is super cool. And I use it a lot because I think right after my workout, I saw a couple of videos, they do recommend to walk, and this way you can burn any fat. Sometimes I run, sometimes I just walk, sometimes I do this for 20 minutes right after my Pilates workout, or sometimes I do 30 minutes. I don't do more than 30 minutes. I think it's like First of all, it's going to take me a lot of time because first and foremost, I do my Pilates workout for 30 or 40 or 35 minutes. An additional, 30, 40 minutes to walk still takes a lot of time. And I need to do a lot of things around my house and as well as like filming and editing. I don't really have time to do my workouts for 2 hours, and even an hour and a half, it's a bit too much. And it is exhausting. So I don't really feel like I need to do anything extra because I'm going to feel tired eventually. That is the main reason why I would say I walk for 20 minutes and then for 5 minutes I can run, but not always. When I feel like it, I can run. Sometimes if I don't want to, I just walk about like 6 kilometers an hour, and it gives me maybe 2,000 steps if I walk 20 minutes. And for 30 minutes, and if I even run, it can give me up to 4,000 steps a day. And especially if you are working from home or an influencer and you need to move your body, but you don't really have this chance and opportunity because you're stuck at home and you're working and you have only time for your dinner and then go to bed. This is a great way out because you have your body moving and at the same time, you're not actually going anywhere else. If you have a chance and opportunity to walk around your house and to go for a walk, that's great. But for me, it's not realistic to do this every single day, and especially during winter or maybe fall when it's rainy, cloudy, and disgusting outside. That is just my personal experience. During summer, I think I'm just gonna still use my treadmill, and then I will probably go for a walk with my husband. I still love walking and talking with people. That is the main reason why I don't really feel that it's bad for me to walk a lot. That's pretty much it, guys. For my diet, I can't share anything good, positive, I would say. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I try to implement them as much as possible, though it's not always possible for me to implement a lot of fruits. I mean, I can go on the market, local market, and I showed this in my vlog a year ago, and I buy a lot of great fruits there. But in the week, we run out of these fruits and we're left with vegetables only, which is still really great. That is the main reason why my recommendation, try to add more fiber to your diet, and this way you are not going to have any constipations. You can actually have some smoothies, but I used to have a lot of smoothies. Right now, I don't know, I'm a little bit tired of them, so I kind of like mix. Sometimes I eat one thing in the morning and sometimes I eat a little bit different thing in the morning, depending on my mood. I can't say that I have a food routine. I love diversity and I try to eat different food every single day. I guess that's it, guys. You can see my workout right now. This was a new one. That was the main reason why I was always constantly checking the tablet. So that is the main reason why I was constantly checking. But when I have my workouts that I've been doing for a long period of time, it means that I don't really even watch some of these workouts because I know what's going to be next. And by the way, for information, the workout that I've been doing, that was from Move with Nicole. I don't really want to take any credit for the workout. If you really want to check the original video, I'm going to leave the link down in the description box, and you can follow Move with Nicole. She's great, and I do really like her workouts. And that's it for today, guys. I love you all so much, and I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. It was just a small talk and experience that I wanted to share. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Guys, this is my results. I went 2 kilometers, then the speed was 6 kilometers an hour, and it doesn't show, I guess, here. Then I had 2,500 steps, as well as 124 calories, and my time is 20 minutes, 30 seconds. Sometimes I go 25 minutes, sometimes it's 30 minutes, sometimes I run. The speed is 8, not 6, but ultimately, if I'm a little bit lazy, I go 6 kilometers an hour for 20, 25 minutes.